Hey, Molly, are you done with work yet? Just thought I'd check in and say hello.
Yeah, I'm all finished for the day, and I'm tired. You always check in with me around this time, don't you? I mean, ever since I've been away on this assignment, I always hear from you right around this time, like clockwork.
Yeah, well, I know you always get done around this time, and I'm always thinking about you, so I've gotten into the habit of checking in with you right around now just to say hi, you know? I guess you could call it my daily scheduled check-in time.
What's all that about? Are you doing it because you think you have to? It's nice, but you don't have to do it.
No, of course not. I do it because I love you, babe. I'm just saying, I like to be consistent about it.
Okay, I get it, but that's a weird way of putting it. Anyways, thanks for checking in. It's always nice to hear your voice. By the way, did you hear from my mom today? She said she was going to call you sometime soon.
Yep, I sure did. She called me this morning. She asked me if I'm eating right and taking care of myself. Isn't that nice? I don't hear from her that often, so I was a little surprised, I must say. Did you say something to her about me? I mean, did you ask her to check up on me?
Not really. It's just that she knows that you don't cook. So I did ask her to check in on you and see if you were doing okay with that. I bet you're eating nothing but fast food and ramen, right?
Nah, I'm actually cooking for myself every day, believe it or not. Nothing too complicated, of course. But I can make easy stuff, you know. Eggs, sandwiches, pasta.
Wait, really? You can do that stuff? Then how come you never cook for me? That's not fair.
Because your cooking is so much better than mine, that's why. There's no point in cooking for you when you could do it and taste so much better.
Well, it's nice to hear you say that, of course, but I never knew what you were capable of. I want to try your cooking sometime. I want an omelet.
Okay. When you come back, I'll make you something, and hopefully you won't get sick from it. But back to your mom. I need to make sure we're on the same page. Is she planning to come over here for a visit or something? I get the feeling that she might be.
Well, she was saying that she wanted to go over there and cook something for you, but why do you ask? What's the matter?
Oh, please tell her that's not necessary, okay? Please tell her not to go to all that trouble. I wouldn't want to be a burden on her like that. It's just too much trouble for her to come all the way over here.
I don't think you have to worry about that. She sounded like she was really looking forward to doing that for you.
Oh, really? Even so, I'm fine and I'm eating good, so you can tell her she doesn't need to, okay? Both of you are worrying entirely too much about me. I'm fine, and there's no need for her to take such trouble to feed me, okay?
Well, if you say so, I'll let her know. She'll be disappointed, though.
Okay, thanks for doing that for me, and thanks to her for thinking of me so much. You have to get up early tomorrow, right? It's getting a bit late there now. It must almost be time for you to get some sleep now.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. I am beat, and I still need to eat some dinner before bed. It's pretty cold lately. Don't forget to turn off that space heater in the bedroom before you go to sleep and if you go out, okay? It's not safe leaving it on all night, and I know you do that sometimes. Please, be careful, honey.
Yeah, I know. I'm a big boy. I know you think I'm completely unable to take care of myself.
I'm only telling you that because it's happened before. You left it on all night and went right to sleep, but it's really a fire hazard, so you have to be careful about it, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I will be sure to be careful about it. It will definitely be off when I go to sleep. Have a good night and sweet dreams, my darling.
Hey, I'm trying to get in touch with you. Where are you? We've got a major problem at the house. It's a very serious situation. Derek, answer me. Where are you?
Hey, what's the big idea with all the calls and texts? Calm down. I was sound asleep. What are you so frantic about anyway? Is your mom okay?
What? Are you serious right now? Do you not know what I'm talking about?
Serious about what? What are you talking about? What's wrong with the guy having a nap at home on his day off?
Huh? You're telling me that you're there at home and you were napping? You were asleep? Asleep when the house burned down? That is just not possible. There's practically nothing left but the foundations.
Wait, what? Now I really don't know what you're talking about. If this is a joke, it's a bad one. Please, cut it out, Molly. There is nothing funny about our house being burned to the ground.
Do you really know nothing about it? Good grief, how could you possibly not know what's going on? Well, at least I know you're safe now that you're answering my texts.
Well, yeah, I'm safe. Thanks for being so worried, though. But what's this about our house burning down? Are you serious? How did that happen, and how did you find out?
It's even on the local news. How could I not find out? I got a call from Mom, and I came back here as quickly as I could. Luckily, it was only our place that was completely destroyed. The fire marshal told me that it could have been so much worse. The neighbors on the north side have a little bit of damage too, but nothing big.
Oh, wow. It really is on the news. This is nuts. It burned down completely? What a mess. But why did you wait until now to tell me about all this? I could have actually been inside, you know.
Hey, I've been trying to get in touch with you ever since I first heard about it, but you didn't answer me. Whose fault is that?
Hey, scolding me now doesn't help anything, so just don't, okay? We've lost everything, haven't we? I mean, all our furniture, everything. Do we need to talk to the landlord about this? What are we supposed to do? I don't even know where to begin. This is a complete disaster.
All right, let's just stay calm now. For now, Mom and I will handle as much of the little stuff as we can. It looks like the fire has finally been put out now, so that's good. I'm pretty sure that the rest of the details can wait until tomorrow at least.
Oh, okay. Thanks for handling all this right now, Molly.
Don't worry about it. I'm just glad you're okay. But back to what we were talking about before. Where have you been disappearing to? You clearly haven't been doing what you told me you've been doing, and you haven't been where you said you've been.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
No, don't try to play dumb now. It's too late for that, and you aren't getting away with it anymore. You said you were napping at home, but obviously you weren't. Or you'd be burned to a crisp and dead now. So where have you been, and what have you been doing?
I was at the office and fell asleep in the break room. I've been working too hard lately because I've been so lonely without you.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's weekend, and you don't work on the weekend. And you even said that today is your day off when you first answered me just now. So why are you lying to me? Tell me the truth, and let's get on with it, okay?
It's a lot to talk about right now. Hey, look, can we just leave this talk for later? I mean, our house just burned to the ground. I feel like figuring all that out is more important than this other stuff.
Yeah, I guess you're right. There are more important things right now. We can set that aside for now, but we'll revisit it soon. And now for question number 2.
What? Still more questions? Come on! Do you even understand what we're dealing with right now? I mean, this is a complete catastrophe.
Of course I do, and that's why I'm asking you this. It's important. The question is directly related to the fire and our future. I talked to the fire marshal after he did his preliminary investigation, and he had a lot to say. He told me that the cause of the fire seems to have been something inside the house, something in the bedroom. And since it was only our place that burned to the ground, it seems obvious to me what caused it. Can you think of anything that would have set the place on fire? I need to ask you this.
Can I think of anything? What kind of question is that? Oh, wait, there is one thing now that I think about it.
What? What are you thinking of?
I might have left that space heater on when I left the house before. Oh, no. If that was the cause, am I going to get arrested for that? It was an innocent mistake. I mean, are they going to call me an arsonist or something?
That space heater? Again! What on earth were you thinking? Didn't I tell you? I told you you had to be careful about one thing, and that space heater was the thing.
But I had it set to the lowest setting and everything. I didn't think it could cause a fire.
I give up. You are truly hopeless. I mean, how many times did we talk about that? At any rate, at least I know now what happened. It's better to know than to be guessing. You need to get over here right now, Derek. I have a lot of things that I need to ask you about.
What kind of things? Ugh, no interrogations, please.
I need to talk to you about the cause of the fire, and I need to know where you've been sleeping while I'm gone. I think you have some things to tell me, and it's time that I hear them. And I won't tolerate you running away, so get over here right now. Understand?
Man, I was in much too much of a hurry that day. I really didn't think that leaving the space heater on could have caused so much damage. I'm just lucky that I didn't get arrested or something.
Yes, you definitely got lucky this time. You should be counting your blessings. They didn't press charges because there was no evidence that you did it intentionally. You should be thanking your lucky stars that at least the law was on your side on this one.
Yeah, it's funny to hear you talk that way when you're also saying that you're going to divorce me. I mean, for a little while, you actually thought I might be dead, right? You were really worried about me? Right.
Look, you were the one who actually caused the fire, so any way you look at it, you're reaping what you've sown. And on top of all of that, you've been cheating on me. I still can't believe it. You really are a piece of work.
Hey, I already apologized to you for that 1,000 times. How many more times do I need to say that I'm sorry? And I agreed to the divorce without any acrimony because I don't want to cause you any more trouble. Plus, I'll pay the settlement you submit and not contest it because that's just the right thing to do given the circumstances. So how about you let it go and stop berating me about it all now?
Yeah, I guess it's easy for you to say all of that, being the victimizer and not the victim. But I'm curious. Are you really going to be okay all on your own?
Hey, after you and I are divorced, I can get remarried with my new girlfriend if I want to. Yeah, I know it's a bit early and maybe presumptuous to be saying all that, but I'm pretty sure I'll be okay. Of course, it's always better to just not get divorced if you can avoid it. Don't you agree?
Oh, quit making jokes about that because it's never happening. There's no chance that you and I aren't getting divorced after all that's happened and all that you've done. Like the song says, we are never, ever, ever getting back together. Like, ever.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You need to think more on all that you've done and what your responsibility is for this mess. I mean, really, really think about it. It was pure dumb luck that our home was the only one that burned down and that nobody was badly injured or worse. The truth is that whole thing could have easily been so much worse than it was. People could have died. Children could have died.
Gross negligence, right? That was the term they used. If they'd have found me guilty of that, I would have had to pay a huge fine. That would have ruined me financially for sure. Plus, all our things burned up. All that nice furniture we bought and my electronics. So, I'm definitely thinking about all that huge loss, for sure.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about at all. But whatever, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to submit the divorce papers now. I don't want to hear you changing your mind or complaining about any of this again later. You won't be doing that, right?
Nope, I won't say a word. The deal is done, and so are we, I guess. Anyway, I think I'll probably be staying at my girlfriend's house for a while now. How about you? What are you gonna do? Couch surf?
I'll stay with my folks for the time being. It's nice to spend some time with them. And not that I really care, but try not to burn your girlfriend's place down, okay?
Yeah, I won't be doing that. I've learned my lesson.
Okay, if you say so. And another thing, the landlord wants to talk to you about a few things. He's probably going to reach out to you soon, so be sure to answer your phone and do whatever needs to be done.
What? Why? What more is there to all this? The investigation is done and I'm innocent. I don't have anything more to say about any of it.
Be that as it may, it seems like he still wants to talk to you about stuff again. Even though you weren't found guilty of anything, you still were the cause of the fire, you know?
That just makes me feel uneasy. I mean, what else is there to say or ask about? He's the owner, so he's the one who's responsible for all the damages, right? Just based on that, I don't want to meet with him. Nothing good can come of it.
But you have to do it. So just do it. Quit complaining and at least do what you're supposed to do at the end of this nightmare.
Okay. I get it. Fine, I'll get it done. You're welcome.
Thanks, and best of luck with that. And I should remind you about another thing too, while we're on the subject, and that is that once these divorce papers are processed, you and I are legally and officially unrelated in every way. Don't forget that, okay? This is the end of an era, and a new day is dawning.
Yeah, I got it. I know what the word divorce means. Take care now. See ya. It's been real. It's been fun, but, well, you know the rest. My new girl and I will be living our best lives together. Best of luck to you with finding yours. Hey, what's the deal with this? This can't be right. You didn't tell me about this. Why not?
I told you yesterday, didn't I? I told you that we're not connected anymore in any way. You can't just be calling me and texting me like this anymore. We're not married.
Forget about all of that. I don't care about it. Why am I being billed for the repairs and reconstruction of the house? They have no right to do this. I haven't even been charged with anything. This must be illegal.
Those are two different matters. As you should know, you're confusing one with the other.
Don't give me that. This is a crock and you know it. I mean, you said it yourself. You said that as far as the law was concerned, I was in the clear and not guilty of anything. So why am I being billed for all these damages? That just can't be right.
Like I said, those two things are just that. Two different things. Your legal guilt or innocence has nothing to do with the damages and your responsibility for the repair costs.
What are you even talking about? You're making no sense.
Okay, here's how it works. You know, you could have checked on all this yourself too. The law says that demand for or exemption from compensation for those damages is up to the private entity, meaning the landlord, not the court. You and I rented that place. We didn't own it. Therefore, the landlord has a legal right to bill you, the renter, for the damages. I never once told you that you wouldn't have to pay for any of the repair costs to that place. I only told you that the law didn't hold you criminally responsible. Those are two different things.
That is true. You never did say that, but you really did make it seem like I had nothing to worry about. But you must be on the hook too. I'm not the only one who has to pay.
And why would I have to pay? I didn't set the place on fire.
Because we both lived there. You were a renter the same as I was. There's something wrong with this picture if I'm the only one who has to pay. Why am I the fall guy?
You're calling yourself the fall guy? You're the one who set the place on fire. Look, the renter is the one who is responsible for the damages and repair costs. The name on the rental agreement is yours, not mine. I guess you forgot that you were the only name on the lease, huh? So, you see, I have no obligation in this situation at all. Zero.
That can't be right. That makes no sense.
Also, we aren't married anymore, so there's no legal connection between the two of us anymore at all. I am not responsible or related in any way to either the repair costs or any debts that you incur in order to pay those repair costs. Are you understanding your own situation yet? Is there anything that you're not clear on yet?
You knew all of this all along, didn't you? I just know you did. That's why you were so calm, cool, and collected about the divorce and never made a big deal about any of it. All along, you knew that I was on the hook for all this money and you were just biding your time and waiting for this to happen. Admit it.
Even if that were the case, so what? Would you really blame me? It was you who were cheating on me, and it was you who set the house on fire. Those are both your responsibility, not mine. You've got no cause to blame me for anything. Just because I didn't make a bigger fuss over those things at the time?
Wow, you're really trying to make me mad now, aren't you? What nerve. That's quite a game you've been running on me. I hope you're happy with yourself. Now I have to pay divorce settlement money to you and repair costs for the house on top of that?
I guess you're going to have to take out a loan or something, huh?
I can't do that and live a decent lifestyle. A loan this size will ruin me.
Hey, all you can do is what you can do, I guess. There's always a choice to be made, you know? Next time you cheat on your wife or set your house on fire, just remember that the law might judge you innocent, but that doesn't mean that the actual victims of your actions feel the same way. The victims of your actions are me and the landlord. You're lucky that there aren't more of us, because there certainly could have been more, many more. You need to think about that before you get too comfortable thinking that there are no consequences for what you've done.
So what am I supposed to do now? I'm wrecked. If my girlfriend finds out about this, she'll dump me for sure.
But you'll be living your best life with her, so why worry about it, right? Just keep telling yourself that. I'm sure everything will be fine. It would certainly be a happy ending if she doesn't dump you after you lost everything because of your own selfishness and carelessness. Good luck with that. Derek did end up having to pay both the divorce settlement money to me and the repair costs to our former landlord. While it was indeed very fortunate that our home was the only one that was destroyed in the fire, the final tally for the repair costs was a very large sum of money. That sum, together with my settlement money, was far more than Derek could put together on his own, and his friends and family weren't willing to help him out. As expected, he needed to take out a very large loan with a high interest rate. Once his new girlfriend found out about this, she promptly left him. I don't know where he is or what he's doing now, but I suspect that he must be having a hard time because of the financial burden. While neither his cheating nor the accidental fire were crimes on his part, they were certainly both serious errors in judgment, and he's paying the price for both. I don't expect to ever see Derek again, but I do hope that all this has at least shown him the error of his ways and that he has learned something from it.
Hey, Christine, what are you up to right now? You wouldn't happen to be at home right now, would you?
Oh, hi, Marie. Yes, I'm home right now. Why do you ask? What's up?
Well, I'm divorced.
Oh, really? I don't think I knew that. When did that happen?
Well, actually, it just happened right now. I literally just got divorced. My husband told me he wants me out of the house, so I'm not living there any longer.
Wait, what? Your husband told you to leave the house? Bet you two have kids together. Wow, that's really wild. I'm so sorry to hear that. And to have to move out and find a new place to live so suddenly? That can't be easy. Well, anyways, if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. I can't imagine what you must be going through right now.
Thank you. Actually, now that you mention it, I'm going to be moving back in with my parents this weekend, so I'm going to need you to get out of the house as soon as you can.
Sorry? What do you mean by that? I don't understand.
I mean, you and Charles are living there right now, right? So I need you to pack up your things and move out of there right away.
Marie, what are you talking about? You can't just ask me to do something like that so suddenly. Nobody could move out of somewhere that fast.
Well, you and Charles just helped my parents totally renovate their place, right? I remember thinking you all did such an amazing job last time I went to visit, so now I want to live there. I mean, after all, that house is much more mine than it is yours, don't you think? You're really just leeching off my parents by living there.
Leeching? I don't know if you could really call it that. Besides, Charles is the oldest son, so I think the house is more his than it is yours anyways.
That doesn't really matter. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Until 5 years ago, I was living in that house with my family, so when it comes to whose house it is between you or me, it's clearly my house, and I do intend on living there, whether you like it or not. So hurry up and move it so you can make some room for me there. If you and all my family are there, it will be way too small for us all.
Marie, please, this is not just something that you can decide for yourself without asking anyone else first. I mean, our kids live there too. Where are we all supposed to go?
So you mean to tell me that you have your whole family leeching off my parents right now? What is wrong with you? Besides, it's not like Charles actually puts any money into the house, right? He just helped out by moving stuff around. I'm going to live there. I've already made up my mind. If my parents are going to be spending their money on anyone, then it's going to be me, not a bunch of people who are just there because you married into our family.
What are you even talking about right now? This is your brother's family you're talking about. Your niece and nephew. We're not just some charity case.
I don't care who you are. I just want you all out of the house right now. Do you hear me? Don't think I won't call the police and report all of you. I'll tell them that you're squatting in my house illegally and that you stole money from my parents to renovate it. I'll tell them that you used their money to add on pots so you could all live there together without asking my parents about it first.
Do you hear yourself? It was your mom who wanted to make those renovations in the first place. None of what you're saying right now is true.
I don't care about your little lies. You're all just a bunch of blood and money-sucking parasites.
Excuse me? Look, you better watch the way you talk about my family, okay?
Oh, what's the matter? Are you just upset that I'm telling the truth about what you really are? Does it hurt that much to face the facts? Well, tough, because that's the reality of the situation. Even my brother and your little brats are just trying to squeeze my parents for every cent they have before they die, aren't they? Honestly, how could you do that to people who took you in and are letting you live at their house? Well, I won't allow it. Someone has got to step in and save my parents from all you vampires.
Hold it right there, Marie. I understand that you just got divorced and that you're probably really upset right now. I think anyone can understand your feelings. But this is not the way to express them. You can't just attack those around you, especially your extended family. I mean, are you seriously asking all of us to move out?
Oh, just shut your mouth. You don't know anything about how I'm feeling. I don't want to hear any of that talk from you, and of course I'm serious about wanting all of you out. If you all are not out by the time I get to the house, then I'll just throw away all of your belongings myself. What do you think about that, huh? The moment you and Charles leave for work, all of your things will be out on the street for anyone to take, including your little brat children too. The first day I show up, I'll make sure you're all out of the house and can never, ever come back no matter how hard you try. So, if you don't want that to happen, then you better pack up all of your things and get out yourselves before I do it for you.
Okay, that's it. You can insult Charles and I all you want, but you don't ever, and I mean ever, threaten to do anything to my children. Do you understand? I am not joking with you, Marie.
Look, I don't have any other place that I can go. Do you understand? I have nothing left in my life except my parents. Except right now, there's a family of leeches infesting their house that I need to get rid of before I can go home. Do you really think that we can all fit in the house if you all stayed?
No, Marie. Of course we can't all fit there. There aren't even enough rooms for all of us to sleep in.
Exactly. That's what I've been trying to tell you this whole time, but you just wouldn't listen to me. So it's pretty obvious which of the people living there should have to move out. It can't be my parents, since it's their house, so it has to be you. No good bums.
Marie, what is your problem? Honestly, what has gotten into you?
Just shut up and get out already. All of you are just standing in my way. You're all pathetic.
Why are you talking to me like this? There are so many other ways that you could have approached this conversation. I don't understand why you need to be so rude right now.
Shut up, Christine. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm not about to be lectured from the mother of some filthy, dirty rat family that's getting fat and living it up on my family's dime. I want all of you out of the house right now. Out, out, out now.
Look, Marie, I think that you're really going to regret this. It's way too late for you to apologize for anything now, but you can stop this before it goes too far.
Me? Regret? What's there to regret about calling you all what you really are?
Because you're going to say something that you won't be able to take back. And then I think that you're really going to regret what happens next. Look, whatever. I've had enough of you. Fine. If you really feel that strongly about it, then we'll all leave. I'll talk to Charles about it, and we will find a date to move out. Does that make you happy, Marie?
Just make sure you're out by this weekend. I'm going to bring over all my things then.
Whatever. This is so ridiculous. I warned you, so don't come crying to me when all this comes back to bite you.
Yeah. I'm so sure that you're going to make me eat my words. You don't even realize how easy y'all have had it up until now. So don't bother coming back here again. I never want to see any of you as long as I live. Now, the only one who is going to be using up my parents' money is me. Hey, Christine, answer your freaking phone when I call you. What the heck is your problem? I have a serious emergency here and I need to talk to you.
Oh, Marie. Hi. What is it? It's only been a few days since we all moved out for you. What could possibly be wrong? You're calling me a lot for someone who never wanted to speak to me again.
Whatever. Can you please just pick up the phone? We need to talk.
Marie, I don't even want to hear your voice. If you have something to say, then you can message it to me. Now, tell me, what do you want so we can get this over with?
Well, it's just that my mom said something really weird, and I don't know what she meant by it.
Oh, really? And just what might she have said?
She was asking if I was going to make the mortgage payments this month. What mortgage payments is she talking about? I seriously have no clue what that means.
Marie, do you really not know anything? Do you think that renovations that big, the planning, the construction, the labor, were all free? Do you really think that your parents have the kind of money needed to cover all of those expenses?
I don't get what you're saying. Do you mean that this house is still not entirely paid off yet?
Of course it's not all paid off yet. But while Charles and I were living there, we were helping your parents make the payments. I mean, your dad was already in debt and seriously went a bit too far with all the money that he took out and put into the house and really needed some help to manage paying it all back. And of course, Charles and I were more than happy to help them pay it off while we were living there.
Wait, I don't understand what you are saying.
What is there not to understand, Marie?
What kind of debts do you think my dad even has? What kind of nonsense is this?
Marie, do you even know anything about your parents? I mean, do you need me to spell it out for you? Your dad already owed so much money because of how much he gambles.
What? My dad does not gamble. What are you even talking about right now?
Wow, so you really just had no clue. That's absolutely incredible. I mean, you said yourself that you lived with both your parents for so long.
Well, I did. I did live with them, but I never heard anything about gambling. When did all of this happen?
I have no idea how you couldn't know about your dad's gambling problem. It could be that he just never even bothered to come to you to talk about it, though.
What? But he's my daddy. Why would he not be able to come and talk to me about this?
I mean, you're just a stay-at-home mom, right? You never really worked when you were living here and did not bother finding a job after marriage. Maybe he left like it was just not really worth bringing up to someone who wouldn't be able to help him get out of the situation he had put himself in.
So, you mean that you and my brother really have been helping my parents pay off all this debt?
That's right. That's why we both have been working, and why we moved in with your parents, so that they could watch our kids while we went out and earned money. And in exchange for letting us live there and watching our kids, we'd been helping them pay off the debts that your dad owed. But judging from your reaction, I don't think you knew about any of this before now.
What? No! Of course, I had never heard about any of this. I'm learning about all of this just now. What is the meaning of this? I don't get it.
There really is not that much more to get. Basically, I just explained the whole situation pretty clearly just now. It's just how things are. I mean, what did you think was going on with your parents' lives? Didn't you ever bother to ask?
Wait a second. If you and Charles are out of the house, then who is going to pay off all of this debt?
Marie, are you stupid? Okay, I'll give you a hint. The person who's going to have to pay off the debt is the same person who forced my family out of the house. Are you getting it now?
Are you saying that I'm supposed to pay all that off now? But my dad has a job, doesn't he? Why can't he pay it off?
For the same reason that he wanted 2 other people to help him do it. He doesn't make enough money by himself to afford the payments on the house and the debt, and still be able to provide for your mom as well. That's the whole reason why we all moved in together. I literally just explained all of that like 5 minutes ago.
But I never knew about any of this until now. How come you never warned me about this? You should have told me.
Well, you gave us less than a week to move out, and then said you didn't want to hear from me ever again, so I couldn't really find a good time to tell you about that. You just went ahead with what you wanted to do, without thinking of others or what the consequences of your actions might be.
What? What does this mean, though? What am I supposed to do now?
Well, you seem to be pretty good at deciding what you want to do without bothering to ask others first. It's nice to see that you're growing a bit.
I'm serious. Tell me what I should do.
Well, you've got a bunch of debt you need to pay off. I would suggest you start working.
But that's not fair.
The only person here that you can blame is yourself, Marie.
Wait, no. Christine, please. I can't do this by myself. I don't even have any money. I don't even work. How am I supposed to pay off what it was taking 3 of you to do? Plus, the alimony that I still owe my ex. What should I do?
You owe your husband alimony? What for?
Yeah, that's the whole reason why I wanted to live with my parents. I thought that I would never have to pay anything, and they would take care of me. It was not supposed to turn out like this.
But why do you owe him money? Marie, please don't tell me that you cheated on your ex-husband.
I don't see what that has to do with any of this. I don't have to answer that.
Oh, wow. You really did. Wow, you really are the worst.
Whatever. Just please come back to the house. Things are going to fall apart if you and Charles are not here. What are we supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
That is not going to be happening, Marie. Charles and I have already signed the lease on a nice condo with plenty of space.
Wait, what? You two did what? What are you talking about?
We're staying with my parents for now, but we're going to be moving into the new place next month. It really is such a shame about the newly renovated house, though. But if I'm being honest, I think it will be a lot better for my family to have a place to ourselves, especially one as nice as the condo we're getting. So I guess that things really worked out well in the end, after all.
Christine, what are you saying? You mean that you and Charles are really not going to come back?
Yep, that's what I just said. Glad you're starting to learn to read a bit better. We had to give up so much of our salaries to help your dad take care of his problem. But now we're finally free, and it's all thanks to you.
But what am I supposed to do about his debt now? How are we supposed to pay it all off without your help?
Well, I guess that you and your parents will have to tighten your belts and buckle down on trying to scrape together enough to pay it off yourselves.
What? Come on. You can't be serious. I have my own alimony to worry about. I can't possibly afford to pay someone else's debt at the same time. I don't even have any savings as it is. And who knows if my ex-husband is going to ask me to pay child support as well. How am I supposed to keep on living at this rate? What am I supposed to do? I'll be ruined.
You lost custody of your kids as well? Wow.
Shut up. You don't need to rub salt in the wounds. Just help me.
I guess you'll just have to find a job, won't you? Find a job and work yourself to the bone to eke by.
Please, you can't be serious. I can't do that. I mean, you and Charles must have some savings lying around, right? Surely you can spare a little bit to help your in-laws.
Nice try, Marie, but when you decided to run Charles and I out of our home, I was just grateful to have the money that I'd been able to save up.
So then, you really won't even give me a cent? Please, I'm desperate here.
Give you money, Marie? I don't even want to see your face ever again. Do you understand me? Both Charles and I are just absolutely fed up with you.
What? Charles, too? You've got to be kidding me. But then again, he wasn't answering the phone when I was trying to call him earlier. What happened to him? Where is he right now?
Calm down, Marie. He's right next to me reading all of the messages that we've been sending back and forth. But we both agreed that we've reached our limits with you. We're sick of the way that you've treated us. So do us both a favor and never contact us again. Got it?
So, you're really just going to abandon me? How can you do that? We're supposed to all be one big family.
One big family? Please, even after all the work that Charles put in to help your dad pay off his debts, even after all the abuse we've taken from you over the years, your parents still agreed to kick us out. I have no idea what they were thinking, if I'm being honest, but we have no intentions to talk to any of you ever again. It makes us both a bit sad to think about it, but it's just the way it is.
Wait, no, please. You can't just go like that. You've got to help me. Please.
Sorry, Marie, but you're on your own. Good luck finding a job and paying off all that debt. Anyways, see ya! Marie, after being entirely cut off from communication with Christine and Charles, was shocked at the amount of gambling debts her father still had to pay off, not to mention the mortgage on the house. When she told her parents she wasn't able to pay, they kicked her out of the house on the spot. Now, panicking over how to make a living, Marie found a job as quickly as she could and works long shifts from morning until night. But even then, it seems that she still doesn't earn enough even to pay her alimony or child support. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and pressing the like button.